something a little different tonight because I have been having the worst writer's block in the world, and my schedule is so busy that even if writer's block were not a thing, I would not have time to write poetry. I'm thinking about it and thinking about how badly I want to be back here and how long it's been and how much this means to me. And I realized that I started doing impromptu long before I started doing poetry. And that a lot of my best stuff has happened when it was completely out of nowhere. So, as an experiment tonight, I have no script for the first time ever. However, my poem does already have a title. It is called Evil Night. There is a bar in the middle of Missouri by a lake in an area that gets so humid you can take your water directly out of the air. And I wouldn't mention this except the impressive thing about this bar is that it is designed to be built and torn down in a matter of hours. Its ceiling is canvas and so are its walls. My friends are a little crazy sometimes. Now, this bar is the kind of place where if you walk up to the table and you ask your bartender for a drink and they ask you what you want and you say you don't care, God help the people who do not care what they drink, you will be handed a drink that already has that name. That drink has been made from all of the leftover booze from the previous year. I start bartending here. And it's 10-year anniversary, 10 years in operation, and tonight we have decided that it is time, after 10 years in operation, to declare that we are officially evil. We spend the whole night dressed up. We assume a persona. Every time anyone orders apple pie, they have become evil too. And because we have to dress up, I am wearing pigtails. Now, pigtails, you might say, and several people did that night, are not exactly the most evil thing in the world. However, I think pigtails are evil because I was still wearing pigtails when I decided that I was evil. No, not when I became evil, not when I started acting evil. When I decided that I already was evil, I was 8 years old. I was 8 years old because there are things that people don't do to other people if they aren't evil. I had never heard in all of my stories, in all of my fantasy novels, that good things don't have to happen to good people, that bad things can happen to good people. I didn't know this. I was 8 years old. I decided I was evil. You see, we don't live in the fairest of worlds. We don't live in the prettiest of worlds. I want to tell you that there are spires made out of quartz and the elves live there because that's what I had learned in my storybooks, but it isn't true. I want to tell you that every love story has a happy ending, but it isn't true. I want to tell you that tomorrow the sun will rise and it will be the most beautiful sunrise in the world. And that is because every single sunrise coming after it will also be the most beautiful sunrise in the world. They are only getting better, but it will not be true. I'm wearing pigtails on Evil Night. And I have a crazy look in my eye, which unfortunately is really easy to fake. And people wonder why pigtails. I can't tell them pigtails, because that's when I was evil. I can't tell them that when I turned 16, I had to fight to redefine myself. I had to fight to redefine that definition. I can't tell them that the year I stopped wearing pigtails was the year I finally gained some confidence and learned how to say hello and mean it. I can't tell them that the year I stopped wearing pigtails was the first year I believed I could do anything right. I was wearing pigtails when I decided I was already evil. So I was wearing pigtails when I decided that I wasn't. God help me if I ever don't care enough to wear pigtails.